So this is gonna be a different type of video than the videos we usually make. I talked about monk mode a couple videos ago. It's talking about how I had no life when I'm on monk mode. And while that's true, I also realized that the happiest time of my life was when I was locked in on self-improvement. I was locked in on focusing on working on myself. And this was late 2021. I went back to school during this time and I got straight A's in every single one of my classes because I was actually able to stay locked in and focus on what's important to me. You know, focusing on bettering my mind, focusing on bettering my body, focusing on bettering my soul. And once I did that, I was able to basically achieve anything I wanted to achieve. I started my first business. I was selling PS5s, bro. And the only reason why I was able to do that and be successful in selling PS5s was because I was on monk mode and dopamine detox. So like I understand the value and the merit behind it, but we're gonna tweak it a little bit. So we have monk mode 2.0 right here, and we're just gonna go run down the list of everything that's here. We're starting off with sleep. Sleep is honestly the most important pillar of this everything that's here. If I can only choose one thing that's on here, I would choose sleep, bro. Just because if you don't have sleep, you have nothing. You don't understand how much you're handicapping yourself by not sleeping enough. We have this, the hustle culture has convinced us to think that sleeping is for the weak. The less sleep you can get and the more hours you can fill it up with being productive, the more you can get done. But honestly, you need your sleep, bro. If you're not sleeping properly, if you're not getting like your 7 to 9 hours, then you're doing something wrong. And of course there's outliers. Of course there's going to be like variances. Sometimes there'll be days where you get 4 hours of sleep and that day is going to be the most productive day of the week. It's like, so there's going to be variables, of course, but you still want to stay consistent and get your like 7 to 9 hours, right? And here's the thing. If you ever wake up tired because you didn't sleep properly the night before, you want to focus on sleeping earlier the next night. That's what I've done. So if I'm going to sleep at, let's say I go to sleep at 10 and I wake up at 6 and I wake up at 6 tired and I don't want to like actually get out of my bed, I would much rather sleep instead of actually sleeping, like stay in bed and sleeping longer. I'm just gonna go and sleep earlier today. Instead of sleeping at 10, I'm gonna go sleep at 9 or something. And that covers sleep. And the other second most important one is sunlight. You don't understand that. I think it's 70% or 80% something. There's some like statistic that shows a lot of people are vitamin D deficient, which is really hard to believe unless you're living in places like Alaska, where it's like during this time it's probably dark for 20 hours of the day, bro. So you need to be getting as much sunlight as you can, because sunlight, especially if you're a dude, I mean it goes for everybody too, but especially if you're a man, bro, you need sunlight in order to produce more testosterone in your body. And testosterone, the higher your testosterone, the more of a drive you have towards actually achieving your goal. So you know you want more testosterone, so go have and get your sunlight. If you're my skin color, you need at least 30 minutes of sunlight a day minimum. If you're like white or something, you can get away with a little less, maybe like 15 minutes. But the darker you are, the more sunlight you need. And I'm trying to go for 1 hour. Like I'm gonna be doing cardio outside anyways, so I'll be getting like sunlight from there. But just like sitting outside, I'll go out in my backyard and I'll just go sit on the grass and read a book for like half an hour just so I can get sunlight. And it really like affects your mood. You are a lot more stable when you are getting your sunlight. There's a lot of bro science, by the way, so if you need like the scientific literature, you can actually Google it, or I'll make a video about it like in the future. But I'm just like giving you like the rundown of like my monk mode protocol for the next couple of months, because I've switched to part-time, right? I've switched to working part-time, so now I have an extra 20 hours per week, and I can just sit around and do nothing for those 20 hours. But realizing that if I want to take this YouTube channel forward, I need to be actually dedicated and locked in. So I'm actually prioritizing my time and actually like giving each hour a purpose rather than wasting it and think like whatever, you know. Next is up diet. Diet is super simple. Everybody really overcomplicates your diet. Honestly, you want to be eating natural foods. One ingredient foods. Food that you can find naturally growing. And if it's not growing naturally, if you can't find it naturally, you get rid of it. Fruits and vegetables, you can find these naturally, right? So you can consume it. You can find animals. You can eat animals because they're naturally, like, if you find natural animals or nature, bro. So if you can't find it, like foods such as cereal, like breakfast cereal or DoorDashing McDonald's and Burger King, bro, get rid of that, because that, not only is that going to like really slow down your brain, because you are what you eat. If your brain, if your body can only, your brain and body uses the energy it gets from the food it eats. So if you're feeding your body junk, you're going to feel like junk, and you're gonna like just feel real sluggish. So you feed your body like high quality natural ingredients, you're actually going to function as a proper human being. You can take this a step further and go like strictly keto, strictly carnivore. I've experimented with that this past summer in 2023, and it was the most focused I've ever been because my brain is just sharp and clear. My body doesn't need to be processing all these carbohydrates, so carnivore works. I think what I'm gonna do is like mix in a little bit of fruits into this diet, so it's basically just fruit and meat and eggs, probably some nuts too. But my diet is literally so clean, and the amount of ingredients, the amount of like different types of food I'm putting into my body, I can count on one hand. So I know exactly what's going into my body. So if there's something wrong, I know it's not because of the food I'm eating, because I know what I'm putting into my body, right? So there's diet. Exercise, I've really been slacking on this these past couple of months, maybe like 2-3 months. And I really do think exercise is also important. I mean, everything on this list is important, of course, but exercise too. You want to be moving every day, because if you want energy, you need to use energy. The more energy you spend, the more energy you have available. You know, that's kind of how it works. So I'm lifting. I used to like work out as a bodybuilder. I realized I don't like that. Honestly, I don't like lifting every single day. I want to be able to just work out. I think it's called like the hybrid athlete or something, that people are creating like this trend out of, where you want to be like versatile. And that honestly sounds a lot more fun, if I'm being honest, because I like to run. I like moving my body around. I don't want to just sit on a weight bench and just push weights up and down, because that gets boring really fast, bro. And so I've limited my lifting sessions. I'm doing that 3 times a week. And those 3 times a week, I'm boxing 2 times a week, intense like sprinting cardio 1 time a week, and mobility and light cardio daily. This is basically like stretching and yoga, which is really like, I've neglected it for a while. I know a lot of people also neglect it, and I think there's going to be a shift where a lot more people are going to be focusing on yoga, on mobility, like stretching and stuff, because you don't want your body to get tight. You don't want your body to get all stiff, and you have all these random aches and pains, and you can't move your body the way you want to actually move it. So mobility is actually super important just for that reason. And that covers what? Body, mind, and then here's where we get to soul. Actually, mind, learning is also part of the mind. So there's learning to 2 hours a day of reading, 2 hours a day of educational videos, like podcasts. Andrew Huberman's podcast. I have so many that I want to watch. I just haven't had time for it. So those are actually going to fill in here. And 2 hours of reading, that's honestly super easy, bro. This is probably my favorite part of the day, just reading and learning. And then no short form content. Short form content is easy, bro. It's like, yes, there's good short form content. Yes, there's clips that are like repurposed from longer podcasts when you don't have the time, or you don't actually just want to sit through and watch like a whole 2 hour long podcast. You just want like the highlights. Short form content have its benefits, but I think short form versus long form, the way I see it is that short form content is kind of like fast food, while long form is like the gourmet homemade meals, right? Fast food is cheap, it's quick, it's good, but it's not as satisfying as long like home style cooking, that are actually like fulfilling, and it's just better for you overall because you're not frying your dopamine systems. And what do we have next? We have meditation. Meditation, I've also been slacking. The video is funny because the video that blew up on my channel wouldn't have blown up had I been practicing meditation constantly. Had I actually been aware of my thoughts, because I got really emotional in that video just because I'm tired, bro. I'm tired of working for people who don't care about me, people who prove to you by their actions that you're replaceable and that they truly don't care about you as much as you wish they do. And so you end up working on your focus, and you also improve your presence while you're existing, bro. You don't understand how important the present moment is. And if you're aware of your thoughts and whatever's going on in your head throughout the day, you can observe these thoughts, push them aside, right? Acknowledge the thoughts in your head and just move on with your day. So that's where we have focus. It's where we get presence from, just practicing meditating. There's this quote I saw by, I don't remember who said it, but they said that if you should be meditating 20 minutes a day. And if you don't have time to meditate, then you should be meditating an hour a day, because everybody has time for meditation. Don't tell me that you don't have time to meditate. You have time, bro. What's your screen time? If you have more than an hour of screen time on your phone, then you have time to meditate. So you're going to meditate. And meditating doesn't have to be that, crisscross applesauce on the floor with your eyes closed, meditating like this, bro. You can be in a meditative state. If you are working on something like a project or something, or whatever it is that you're doing, if you are conscious and aware of the actions that you're doing and you're in a meditative state, that counts too. But you do want to spend time just sitting and doing nothing too. I think that really helps with your focus. That really helps with you like processing your thoughts. And processing your thoughts, that also leads me to journaling. I don't think I would be able to understand the way I do understand myself had it not been for journaling. Had it not been for me taking time to write about my day, write about my fears, write about my hopes and dreams, aspirations, what I want to achieve in this lifetime, what I hope to aspire in other people. And just being able to understand myself better, in return, you're able to understand the world better, because the world is a reflection of your thoughts. Whatever thoughts you put into your head will dictate how you view the world, and how you view the world will end up influencing the type of thoughts you have in your head. So it's like this endless cycle. So if you're able to understand your mind better, if you're able to understand yourself better, you understand the world better. And this is 1.0 monk mode, right? Monk mode 1.0 is all this. What ends up happening is that because people they're so locked in and focused on themselves, they forgot the most important part, which is connecting with human beings. You don't understand that humans are social creatures. We're supposed to be talking to people. We're supposed to be interacting with people. And when you take away that and you isolate yourself and you think that you're a Sigma male who's a lone wolf who doesn't need anybody else, you lose yourself. You lose the plot, bro. And I realized that connecting and connections is probably like a big part of this too. Like you're focusing on your mind, you're focusing on your body and your soul. You need to focus on connecting with like-minded people too. Your friends, your family. So we have spending time with family. We have meeting with like-minded individuals. We have building and connecting with the community. And we have social media for business, replying to people, using it to elevate myself, position myself in my YouTube space better. Because I don't think we should actually quit social media. I think social media has its purpose. You just need to be able to use it properly. I don't use Instagram on my phone. I use Instagram on my computer. That way, I don't actually end up scrolling through a whole bunch of nonsense posts that just end up taking away from my time. I'm able to go in, look at my DMs, and come back out real quick. And oh, I forgot to actually, let me add one more. There's one thing that I actually forgot, and that is daily 5 prayers that I've actually been really consistent with. Alhamdulillah, bro, like 5 daily prayers. And also, there's this thing, like I really want to go to the mosque more. I really want to connect with the community. And so going to the mosque every day, that's going to be a part of this too. Because there's one time in the morning, one time at night, inshallah. It's going to be another part of this like monk mode protocol that we're going to do. Now, there's dopamine detox, and dopamine detox is kind of similar to monk mode, where you're getting rid of everything that takes you away from your grind, right? But it's a little different because it works together with monk mode. You could kind of imagine you could kind of imagine monk mode as the hard drive. Dopamine detox is the software. This is the video game. This is the PS5. And if you use both of them, they work really well together. And dopamine detox, there's dopamine, what motivates you, right? Your brain will release these chemicals that motivate you to do the tasks that you want to do. If you want to go work out, your brain will release chemicals that motivate you to want to go out and work out. And so we have a lot of these. We have no corn, of course. We have no substances, no smoking, no drinking, no video games, no rap music, no mindless scrolling on social media. And you might think, well, if you're getting rid of all of these things, then what are you supposed to do for fun? How are you going to have fun spending 4 hours reading? How are you going to have fun just working out, eating nothing but meat and eggs, spending time in the sun and the grass, bro, sleeping on your free time, meditating and journaling? Where is fun? And that is why, the way dopamine detox solves that is that, yes, you're getting rid of all of these, right? They, of course, like each one of these will bring you a sort of pleasure. Each one of these is pleasurable and they actually do benefit you one way or another. But if you want to make this fun, your brain will have no choice but to rely on its own sources, dopamine, and it will end up making this fun. If you really want to succeed in your business, but the business is really hard, the business is, you have other things that you could be doing, and it's kind of hard for you to stay locked in and focused. If you go on a dopamine detox and you get rid of everything that's fun, your brain has no choice but to make your business fun. Your brain has no choice but to make meditating fun. It has no choice but to make working out fun. So that's really where like the role of dopamine detox comes from. So I want to play video games, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I've changed my mind on video games. I do think I'm on the fence, right? But I do think there is a purpose for this. But for right now, I'm gonna have to like not do it, bro. No substances, of course. I haven't done drugs in a while. No corn. I haven't watched corn in a while. Rap music, this one I also changed my opinion on. I think music without lyrics might be beneficial. Like I've been listening to synthwave recently. It's just lo-fi beats and type stuff. But rap music in general, no, that's gotta go. And then mindlessly scrolling on social media, that's also gotta go. So this is what we're doing. This is what the next couple of months is gonna look like for me. This is like all I'm gonna be doing. It's a really like simple and boring, but it's something I can stick to long term and actually stay focused in on YouTube. So I hope y'all enjoy that. Maybe if y'all want to follow me too, if you guys, I know school is starting for a lot of you guys, go on this protocol, bro. I guarantee you this is going to be the best semester of your life if you actually follow this. Maybe you can tone down a little bit because, of course, like if you're going to school, you're not going to have time to read for 2 hours a day. So maybe you can like tone it down, maybe meditate 15 minutes, maybe read for half an hour, work out like 3 4 times a day, times a week, and just follow this. I guarantee it's gonna change your life. It's gonna change your mind because I just watch, bro. Just watch like how much more productive I become on YouTube, how much more consistent. A lot of people are telling me I'm really consistent on YouTube. If you think I'm consistent now, just watch in a month from now how much more consistent I actually am, inshallah. So there's my 2 Monk Mode 2.0 protocol.